Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky. Good morning. I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky. I'm letting go of control.
Jesus, take the wheel.
This is very difficult for me.
It's difficult for me too.
No, it's not.
It is. There are certain areas of my life where I am a huge control freak.
Tell me more.
Have you ever driven me anywhere?
Oh, yeah. Jason hates, first of all, he hates riding with me.
I don't.
I
just love me driving.
No, he cannot be in the passenger seat at all. You hate.
I do not hate it. I love me driving more because I'm in control.
Not always, though. You get road rage.
Well,
you hate other
that's 'cause
people
I feel like
driving around you.
Because I feel like I'm losing control sometimes. I feel like they're taking my control when they drive erratically or dangerously.
Okay, let's talk about control because we are in a manifestation series.
Yes.
And when we're talking about manifesting, one of the biggest tips is letting go of control. We can only control the energy we bring, and we have to let go of the outcome. Let go of control.
Yeah, when you let go of control, you make room for allowing.
And that is such a backwards lesson because I feel like we become conditioned to want to control, or at least I have.
Make things happen.
Yeah, it feels like successful people make things happen.
There are people that make things happen, people that wonder what happened, and people that are sitting around wishing something would happen.
No, seriously. I feel like when you would just sit and let things, like just allow, that's considered being lazy or being lethargic, right? Or not being
proactive,
or not having a clue of what's going on.
There's an art to it. And I think part of it is making sure that we talked about this before, being intentional about what you want.
So there's a middle ground because you do need to know what you want. You don't want to be clueless in life. You want to know what you want, but then you have to let go of the reins and trust that God has got your back.
I think you tell me all the time, quit planting your feet in the ground. And I think that's one of the big things about manifesting is we don't want to set our feet in the ground so firmly or plant our stakes in what the final outcome is going to be, because God, the universe, might say, you know what? I know you want this, but I've got something so much bigger and better planned for you.
I know.
That if you stop there, it's like saying, I want to score a touchdown, and all I have to do is get to the goal line to score. But what if I can get so much more if I just go to the end of the end zone? Or what if my real treasure is up in the stands and I have a pathway to it, but I stop at the goal line?
But I always think, God, you got to hear me out here because the way I visualize this, it's going to be good. It's going to be great. But then I have to remember that's my ego talking.
And that's
my ego talking. And just like you said, God's got bigger and better plans instead of Jana's ego that thinks, oh, no, my plans are the best. It's kind of like when you're doing an art project and you want to co-create with somebody and you're sitting there going, no, my plans are the best. No, I got this. You
just
my
watch
ideas.
this and give me ideas. Yeah. So there's a part of it, I think, that we're limited by our own imagination also.
Oh, I know. We can't even imagine what we can't imagine.
Right. It's like we don't know what we don't know, and we don't, like when you're learning something new.
And what we don't know is holding us back.
Yeah, and when you're learning something new, oftentimes the statement you hear the most is, this is so new to me, I don't even know what to ask.
I say that all the time. So
many people say it, or they just think it to themselves and they don't even express it.
Okay, so here are some tips of how you know that you are starting to take control. You're starting to take control because if you're like me, it kind of creeps in. There's actually a term for it. It's like steer creep or something.
control freak?
No, maybe that's it too. But I feel like it kind of creeps in and we don't even realize it happens. I'll think of it. I'll think of it here pretty soon. But you think in your head, oh yeah, I'm totally surrendering. I'm totally going with the flow. God's got this. And next thing you know, I'm saying, no, Jason, that's not the way.
You've got the bit in the horse's
That's
mouth
not
and
the
you're yanking
brand.
to the right.
Yeah, that's not our brand colors. That's not don't put that Instagram post up. That's not us. That doesn't represent us.
Feels true to me.
That's not our message. What are you doing? And next thing I know, I am falling into those old patterns.
Stop sticking.
So what are some ways that I can say, okay, I am starting to fall into my control freakness, as you call it?
So one of the biggest ones is just don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah, which I do that a lot. I start sweating the very minute details.
And there are some people that say everything is small stuff.
Yes, because
Like
I
literally
think
everything is
how
small
you do
stuff.
everything is how you do everything.
But if you think, let's just say, let's put ourselves 10 years in the past on a Tuesday.
Or in the future.
Well, let's go to the past, because if you had a lot of worries and stresses about all the small things you were trying to control on that Tuesday, how important are they today? They're probably not that important.
Okay. Yeah, I see where you're
In
going
the grand
with this.
scheme of things, we worry about so much on a daily basis, and we worry about so many minute details that really don't matter 5 and 10 years later.
I don't know. 10 years ago on a Tuesday at around this time, I was worried about what I was going to have for lunch.
That's right. You were worried about where we were going to go for dinner.
I was worried about my black outfit that I was wearing. I wore black every day at that time. Do you remember that?
I do.
Oh my gosh, I've come so
I
far.
remember the day you threw it all away.
I know,
Or
5 bags.
donated it all.
Five
Yeah.
bags of black clothes. Okay, so what's another tip that I have fallen into my control freak patterns?
I don't know that you do it that often, but it's oftentimes you'll see people seeking advice or approval from
Other
dozens of
people.
sources, before they actually take action on something that they feel very true to.
And yes, I can totally see that happening, where we start looking for the external approval. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And then we don't take any of their advice.
And a lot of times we haven't taken the time to really craft the people or build the people around us that are healthy, genuine people that have our best interests and that have done the work that we've done.
And really,
If we're in a manifestation zone.
yeah, I find I actually was in a situation not too long ago where I was looking for external approval and I caught myself doing it. And I was like, I need to meditate. I need to meditate and I need to ask myself, because the answer will always come if you just be still and know. I learned that from Harriet Tubman. I was watching her documentary and she was one of the very first that whenever she would get into a situation where she felt danger or didn't know which way to go, she would literally stop and close her eyes and meditate, and the answer always came to her.
That's
She
huge.
would get in source alignment. Isn't that crazy? Like she learned these tools
powerful.
of manifestation and just aligning and really just listening. And there is an energy and a source alignment that you get into.
When you know, you know.
When you know, you know. And what's another sign that maybe I'm trying to control things?
That you plan everything out.
Oh.
So remember when we were on the cruise in Alaska and someone came to us and said, I've got the whole day planned for us.
Yeah. And you start planning every detail.
Yeah. And you're like, every minute we know exactly where we're going to be today. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And you said, no, we're not. We are going to meditate. We're going to pray.
So give yourself time to just do nothing.
Well, give yourself time to be guided.
Oh, that's giving yourself the space.
Yes. Give
Giving your
space. Give the universe time to allow you to be where you need to meet who you're
and to
supposed
give
to
you
meet.
surprises.
Yes.
Sometimes, I wake up in the morning and I have this meditation that I do with Joe Dispenza right now. And he ends his meditation by saying, if I have reached the divine right now, surprise me today and give me a sign today that will completely come out of nowhere. And I love ending the meditation like that because it gives you space to just be completely out of nowhere, think, oh my gosh, this synchronicity happened. And you, like you said, you can't plan every little minute because you need time to go off the beaten path so that you can have those little unexpected surprises.
Yeah. And for me, in that type of meditation, I'm definitely going to be asking for the surprises of abundance and greatness, like
And
joy.
ice cream.
Yeah, because I don't want a surprise like, guess what? The cruise ship's going down in the middle of the ocean. Surprise.
That's not a synchronicity.
No, well, it's a surprise.
Oh, okay. All right. And I think there was one other one.
Avoidance or numbing out, like there's different ways.
And that one surprised me that when we start experiencing any type of sign of avoidance or numbing out, that really is us trying to take control.
Yeah, we had to look into that because, and it all made sense once we studied into it, because you always say, are you feeling the feeling? I mean, you asked me that repeatedly. Hey, are you feeling the feeling? Take time to feel the feeling and let it tell you what you need to know. Let it tell you what's important about this situation, what's important about what's happening, and what you need to learn from it. And if we're avoiding something, what we've done is we put up a wall so that we don't have to deal with that feeling, so we don't have to embrace that experience or emotion and confront it.
Oh, that's so good. Because I can think of several situations where I literally have been avoiding. Even though I am very, very aware of feeling the feeling, but there are a few things that I have been avoiding.
So a real life example, it sounds simple, but if you want to manifest a great relationship, but you know that there's a hard conversation that needs to happen, but you keep avoiding it, there's energy that's building up in you, so that you start stacking the negative all the time. You're never going to get that great relationship.
Or if you want to manifest abundance and finances, yet you put off wanting to pay your bills.
Or put off making a budget.
Or having those hard conversations, like you said. It's energy. And manifesting all comes down to how we feel. It all comes down to how we feel. Because we can say and we can be as positive in the mind, and mind is half of it. I know this. Mind is half of it, but the other half of it is how we feel. How we feel is the attractor. That's what brings the experiences to us.
Yes, that turns you into a magnet.
That's what turns you into the magnet. So your brain, your mind is what puts the message out there. It's like a communication system. The mind is what puts the message out there, but then your feelings is what brings the experience to you. And you need both. And so, like you said, if you are avoiding situations or if you're trying to control things, then we're building up an energy that is blocking the manifestation.
Yeah,
it's not in source alignment. And source alignment is love and peace and joy. It's those emotions that just are the feel good, high vibrant, high frequency emotions.
Yeah, and I forget who are we taking the speech classes from? The woman from and I can't remember her name, but she said everything is waiting for you when you reach your place of peace.
Lisa Nichols,
yeah. She's like, you'll all these prayers, everything you've ever asked for in life is waiting for you when you find your complete place of peace within yourself. And there's an energy there. And when you're building that, and when you realize that peace is knowing that it's going to be there, like there's so much in that, and your energy, your vibration.
He's talking peace, PEACE.
That's right.
Not like a puzzle piece
or a piece of pie.
At any rate, all right, we're going to have a couple more manifestation series because I really like this. I really love talking about manifesting.
Well,
it really is fun for me.
And it's important because whether you believe in it or not, you're playing the game and you're in the game, and you're either reverse manifesting, you're creating what you don't want, or you're creating what you want.
We're constantly manifesting at all times. Sometimes we just don't know it.
Yep.
Have a great day, guys. We'll be here and
We'll be right back. Keep living lucky.
All right. Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.